Hello, everyone. I'm Deborah Jane Wells. Welcome to Declare Your Independence from Stress. As I thought about how I could focus the time you were spending with me today to make it well worth your investment, I found myself wondering if you are like many of the people I meet. Are you feeling stressed out and stuck? Is your overwhelming to-do list making it impossible to find peace and joy? Do you lack clarity and confidence about your future, personally or professionally? Are you ready to take action that will make a quantum shift in your sense of equanimity and fulfillment right now? Want to learn how choosing your energy can change your life? Want to help others do so as well? If you answered yes to any or all of these questions, I have good news. In this program, you'll learn how to thrive today and every day by harnessing the transformative power of love and mindfulness to help you minimize stress and get unstuck, reclaim your personal power, recapture your zest for living, turn unexplored possibilities into fulfilling realities, and step into your greatness. Since 1971, when Intel first introduced the microprocessor chip, U.S. productivity has more than doubled. That could have resulted in all of us having twice as much time for fun. Instead, during that same period, our leisure time has decreased by almost 40%, while average wages have barely kept pace with inflation. Is it any wonder adults report feeling much more stressed than they did a decade or two ago? Today, I bring you hope in the form of 14 practical tools that can help you shift your life from an endless, exhausting marathon to a journey of generous, effortless, gracious flow filled with faith, hope, prosperity, peace, and joy. The principles I share will help you stay centered and focused today and every day. You'll learn to increase productivity and joy by decreasing stress and effort, personally and professionally, so you can kiss stress goodbye and make this year your year to shine. Because some of you don't know me, I'll begin with a bit of background on my purpose, life journey, and work in the world. Through a variety of modalities, I inspire people across the globe with hope and possibilities. As an empowerment coach, author, speaker, consultant, and radio host, I help individuals and teams get unstuck, reclaim their power, and recapture their zest for living, building lives and organizations they love. By harnessing the transformative power of love, they learn to turn unexplored possibilities into fulfilling realities and step into their greatness. What's love got to do with minimizing stress and getting unstuck? Everything. If you'd known me in 2005, you might not recognize me as I appear today in the opening slide. During my original 30-year career as an organization transformation consultant, I served as a senior partner in 4 of the world's largest, most prestigious global professional services firms. While I had some wonderful times in those challenging and lucrative consulting roles, in 2005, I took a 5-year sabbatical to find healing and peace because nonstop work had taken its toll. My recovery from burnout, including a sustained 80-pound weight loss and freedom from 10 years of debilitating depression, led to finding my purpose guiding others on their journeys. You may wonder how I became so broken, being paid lots of money to do interesting work. The answer is simple. When we choose fear as our fuel, any of us, individuals and organizations alike, can become stuck in the hamster wheel approach to life. Trapped by the mistaken belief that busyness is the same as purpose, we can't stand the way we're living, but feel powerless to change. And how did I finally escape that self-imposed prison? That's simple too. I discovered that when I fell in love with myself, everything else in my life finally fell into place, personally and professionally. Choosing love as your core energy automatically enhances every aspect of your life, your perceptions, opportunities, relationships, and priorities. You get unstuck Reclaim your personal power and recapture your zest for living, moving yourself forward into a life you love. When love transforms your relationship with yourself, it can't help but transform your personal life, your work, and the world. My book, Choose Your Energy, Change Your Life, published by Hay House Balboa Press in 2013, shares my signature discovery framework and the principles for living in what I refer to as flow, a fluid journey to wholeness grounded in who you are being, not what you are doing. And it demonstrates those principles in action through my story and the stories of 10 of my clients. Living in flow begins with a firm foundation of constructive core energy, fueled by love, respect, curiosity, compassion, and gratitude. These elements aren't just 5 woo-woo New Age terms I pulled out of thin air because they sounded zen and cool. They were revealed to me individually, real time, as I lived through the phases of my own dramatic and highly personal transformation. On that journey, I discovered that approaching myself and my life, every being, encounter, and experience, with love, respect, curiosity, and compassion, always reveals and advances the highest good, for all, in all, through all. Moment by moment, I know where, how, when, and with whom to invest my energy to move myself forward on my journey to wholeness. I found I was able to access the power of these insights even more deeply when I realized that maintaining a belief in abundance and an attitude of gratitude anchors each moment in a sense of generous, effortless, gracious flow, a life of freedom filled with faith, hope, prosperity, peace, and joy. The formula for making the 5 elements of constructive core energy a way of life is easy to explain. In every situation, love yourself enough to pay attention to every aspect of your life. Respect everything you are experiencing, what you are thinking, feeling, deciding, saying, and doing. Determine whether the energy underneath is love or fear. If it's love, you are probably on your authentic path. If it's fear, demonstrate compassion for yourself. Foster gratitude by reminding yourself that everything is an opportunity. Then further neutralize the fear by bringing curiosity to bear. Explore every aspect of the situation, especially your internal landscape, and identify all of the opportunities available to you through this unique experience. Commit to one small baby step that will move you closer to the life you dream of. Letting any shifts be as organic as possible is key to substantive, lasting transformation. Appreciate any progress. No amount is too inconsequential to celebrate. Each step forward is an important opportunity to stop, consider what you've learned, examine your new tools, realize your new strengths, and embrace with gratitude the joy that will take you to the next step. Celebrating each success is key to fostering the constructive core energy that will keep you moving forward. Noticing and demonstrating love, respect, curiosity, compassion, and gratitude for any resistance to change is as important to moving forward as celebrating your successes. As with any new skill, practice will help this way of being become a healthy new habit, your automatic response to every situation. In summary, figure out what you want, understand whether it's fueled by fear, transform any fear into love, set your intention, take a baby step, and celebrate each success with a grateful heart. Before going further, I'd like to say a bit about my use of the word God in my coaching, speaking, and writing. God is not a 4-letter word. Though some advisors warn me that using that word or its synonyms may limit the marketability of my message, I opt for authenticity. Please don't get hung up on a specific label. There are many names for this force because it is beyond words. I use a variety of labels: God, Source, the Divine, Higher Power, Universe, Life Force, Creative Power, and Spirit, to name a few. For me, the reality of God is so large, it transcends the limitations of any name, gender, or description we could conceive of. When you hear me say God, Substitute whatever label resonates most powerfully for you. I figure God is clever enough to know who or what we are referring to, whatever term we use. When you fuel all aspects of yourself with love, respect, curiosity, compassion, and gratitude, your life becomes a fluid journey to wholeness, grounded in who you are being, not what you are doing. Every breath, thought, word, and act, your very presence, fosters a life of generous, effortless, gracious flow, filled with faith, hope, prosperity, peace, and joy. When you are free of all fear and aligned with love as your source, your very presence raises the constructive energy of every being and situation you encounter. During the remainder of today's program, we're going to focus on a set of 14 simple, personalized practices from my applied spirituality approach to life that will help you realize the essential shift from believing these principles in your head to living them from your heart. Making these tools a way of life helps you stay centered in flow. And when you drift off center occasionally, as any of us can do when overwhelmed by stress and gripped by ancient self-destructive scripts, these tools are the key to recognizing it quickly and getting back on track easily. Tool number 1, pay attention. If you don't recognize you're feeling stressed, you can't change it. Practice mindfulness by noticing what you are thinking, feeling, saying, and doing, and figuring out why. Number 2, breathe. Next time things start getting a little crazy, stop, take 3 deep breaths, become fully present, restore sanity, and realize you have options. Your brain needs oxygen to function effectively. Try setting a timer on your phone or computer to remind you periodically to stop, close your eyes for a minute, and just breathe. Number 3, be here now. Forget rehashing the past and agonizing over the future. This moment is your only real opportunity to make a difference. Just you, just here, just now, just be. Perpetual equanimity and fulfillment come from dancing in the moment. Number 4, opportunity knocks. While life won't always follow your plans and expectations, everything in life is an opportunity to understand yourself better, open your heart wider, and develop greater compassion for yourself and others. While the details of our lives differ, we all experience the same range of emotions, from fear, frustration, and loneliness to joy, contentment, and peace. With yourself firmly planted in the present moment, it is your ability to respond creatively and constructively that makes the difference. Number 5, get curious. If everything is an opportunity, where might the opportunity be in this situation? The universe is far more creative than we can imagine. Assume the best and look for the silver lining in even the darkest cloud. Number 6, talk to yourself. It's the smartest crazy thing you'll ever do. It improves your sense of perspective, creativity, and humor. You might discover that what you were dreading isn't likely to happen or will be much easier than you feared. With a little imagination, it might even be a great opportunity. This tool is particularly effective for constructively engaging, understanding, and motivating your sage, guardian, and muse. Number 7, write it down. Getting stressful thoughts out of your head and onto paper can also improve your sense of perspective. Often, just putting them in writing reduces them to a more manageable size. Number 8, move it. When in doubt, move about. A gentle walk around the room, the block, or the gym will begin releasing natural tranquilizers and restoring full breathing. It feeds your creativity, so you will be able to come up with more resourceful options for handling your situation. Number 9, hydrate. Water fosters flow and sustains life. It composes up to 60% of the average human body and covers 70% of the Earth's surface. Drink, shower, bathe, swim, cry. Hydrate yourself in every way imaginable and watch yourself flow through the ups and downs of life with greater flexibility, creativity, and resilience. Number 10. Trust your gut. You have inside you all the wisdom you seek. Instead of stressing yourself out by fighting your instincts or feeling compelled to justify your hunches with logic, try trusting your intuition instead. Number 11. Behave as if. There are two aspects to this one. If you gave yourself the same care and attention you give your friends and loved ones, what support would you give yourself right now? And what would you dare to do if you believed you couldn't fail? Number 12. Take baby steps. Slow and steady produces meaningful, lasting results. Vast forced output is rarely sustained. Great strides of lasting value involve myriad baby steps over time. If the conceivers of the Taj Mahal had believed fast was the only way to get there, it would have crumbled in the first storm. Your dreams are the same. Don't try to take them all on at once. Identify the next small step and take it, then another, and another, and another. Before you know it, you will have built your dream, and it will last your whole life through. Number 13. Celebrate. Every step forward is a cause for celebration. Every time you move closer to your dreams, pat yourself on the back with a party moment. Ta-da! A steady stream of self-affirmation will continue releasing additional positive fuel to keep you moving forward. And number 14, time for what matters. Time is not a scarce resource. You have all the time you need for the things that matter. Your sole responsibility in each moment is to discern what matters most right now, to focus and to follow through. Using the other tools will help clear the way to accessing your deepest wisdom and moving forward in each moment with confidence, peace, and joy. These tools provide a path to a life of freedom based in flow rather than a life lived at the effect of any fears that may have taken root within yourself or in those around you. No longer tossed by the winds and waves of circumstance, you will learn to live anchored in the power and surety of love in every moment, knowing in your heart that you too can create the more fulfilling life you dream of. Here's today's gift. If you'd like to experience guided versions of my 14 tools for fostering flow, visit tiny.cc/DJW Stress Offer to download audio and video versions, along with my self-paced stress management workbook. All three formats are completely free, my way of thanking you for listening today. If you're enjoying today's presentation and would like to access a deeper and broader exploration of my principles for living an abundant life, while you're on my website, take a look at my book, Choose Your Energy, Change Your Life, published by Hay House Balboa Press in June 2013. As a special bonus, today I'm going to share with you an additional paradigm and practice from my applied spirituality approach to life that will support you in applying the 14 tools to make living in flow a way of life. First, the paradigm. Instead of choosing to live as a victim of circumstance, try loving yourself unconditionally by embracing this 5-part mindset. Part 1. Come as you are. Show up and bring the best I have to offer in this moment. Not last year's best or next year's best or someone else's best. Just the best I've got with the love and light I'm giving myself access to at this time. Quit judging myself as insufficient. I am always enough, just as I am, right here and now. Part 2. Live the truth. God is God, I am God's, and love is the greatest power in the universe. My source is excellent, limitless, and reliable. No external force can block my highest good. Universal abundance flows to and through me. Whatever my circumstances, I know who I am and whose I am. I am a unique, co-creative expression of the divine. How could that ever not be enough? Part 3. Commit to the highest good. Universal love is always unfolding the highest good for all, in all, through all. Love, respect, curiosity, and compassion reveal and advance the highest good. My part is to align myself with it by keeping myself free of fear and holding myself wide open as a clear channel for love and light. Part 4. Express gratitude. While feeling grateful is a nice start, don't stop there. Express gratitude to and for every being, encounter, and experience. Appreciate my life. Know that everything's an opportunity. Expect it. Go looking for it. Notice it. Say thank you. Gratitude for universal abundance fosters generous, effortless, gracious flow, filled with faith, hope, prosperity, peace, and joy. And it starts with being grateful for every aspect of myself, the attributes that thrill me and those that frustrate me and everyone who knows me. They are all essential elements of my unique co-creative role in expressing the divine. And Part 5, trust God with the details. Resist the urge to overmanage the minutiae and end up trapped in the weeds. Even though I'm bright and creative, that level of specificity is way above my pay grade. Remain focused on my responsibilities, the first 4 parts of the mindset, and stay tuned to the universal frequency for further instructions on where to go, what to do, when, and with whom. When I discern, focus, and follow through, the universe works wonders through me. My job becomes so much easier when I allow God to be God. In summary, my role in the first 4 parts of the mindset is to invest all forms of my energy, attention, time, talents, and money, fully and constructively in the present moment. My role in Part 5 is to release any specific expectations about the nature, magnitude, and timing of what will result. Success consists of engaging fully in the process of living, while remaining completely detached from precise outcomes. It's God's job to determine the end result. I get to enjoy it whenever it happens, in whatever form it takes, because universal love is always unfolding the highest good for all, in all, through all. That's the 5-part paradigm in a nutshell. Now for the practice. Mindfulness prayer and meditation are not about begging God to care enough about me to help me or do it my way. God's full power and complete presence are available to each of us 24/7. A lack of interest on God's part is not the problem. Our fear-based limiting beliefs are the only blocks to living all of God's power and presence in each moment. Prayer and meditation are about being aware of when I've drifted off center, remembering who I am and whose I am, realigning myself with the highest good, and recognizing where my chosen fear-based limiting beliefs are keeping me frightened, trapped, and small. It's about transforming that fear back into its source energy of limitless love, and then expanding my presence to encompass all that is possible when I'm centered in that love. A great spiritual teacher once said, "I have so much to do today. If I hope to accomplish everything on my list, I must meditate twice as long." In contrast, most of us are more inclined to say, "I have so much to do today, there's no way I have time for meditation or anything else." I used to say that myself until I figured out that I have all the time I need for the things that matter. My only responsibility in each moment is to discern what matters most right now, to focus and to follow through. People from spiritual traditions throughout the world have long reported that regular meditation results in greater efficiency, productivity, and prosperity. It amplifies the benefits of living in a state of generous, effortless, gracious flow, grounded in who you are being, not what you are doing. Mindfulness, prayer, and meditation are important elements in keeping myself centered and aligned with source energy. Paying attention and breathing. Any activity or lack of activity is meditative and restorative when I set an intention that it be so. Singing, walking, washing dishes, scooping cat litter, or doing absolutely nothing. Meditation does not have to last for hours and involve uncomfortable postures to have a constructive effect. It just needs to happen early and often. My daily practice is a form of spiritual hygiene that helps me begin my day on a mindful and constructive foundation. Through a three-phase process based in written meditation, centering, and affirmations, I clear myself of all fear, realign my energy and intentions, and dedicate myself as a clear channel for love and light, with the commitment to learn my lessons quickly and gently and help others do so as well. It's a rededication to the truth that, when I am free of all fear and aligned with love as my source, my very presence raises the constructive energy of every being and situation I encounter. I'll share a bit more about the three phases of my particular practice to give you some ideas for getting started and inspire you to develop your own personalized daily practice through which you clear yourself of all fear, realign your energy and intentions, and dedicate yourself as a clear channel for love and light, with the commitment to learn your lessons quickly and gently and help others do so as well. The first of the three phases of my daily practice was originally inspired by Julia Cameron's Morning Pages journaling technique. Over a period of months, my 3-a-day morning pages broadened into a substantive written meditation practice, in which I reflected upon the writings of my ever-expanding group of spiritual elders. I encourage you to experiment with my written meditation practice to inspire you to develop your own deeply meaningful version that supports you on your journey to wholeness. Each day, I read a bit from 3 to 5 different inspiring writers and then contemplate how their words that particular day show up in my life, who I am, and whatever I'm wrestling with at the moment. Some days I wake up and just start writing. When I'm all written out, I read a bit from each of my elders and write more if I feel the call. Other days, I read a bit from the first elder and then write a bit, read from the next and write a bit more, read from another and write some more. The process continues until I feel grounded and have set my intentions for the day. This written practice has become a core tool in recognizing imbalances, analyzing root causes, and identifying the necessary physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual adjustments needed to return me to wholeness. After completing the written meditation phase of my daily practice, I transition into the centering phase. I encourage you to experiment with my centering practice to inspire you to develop your own deeply meaningful version that supports you on your journey to wholeness. I use this same centering process with my clients at the beginning of each coaching session. It can be used on its own anytime you are feeling stressed or scattered and wish to recenter yourself. I sit comfortably, close my eyes, and begin breathing slowly and deeply, just focusing on my breath. I then imagine gathering up all the aspects of myself that I might have left strewn across the landscape of my day, embracing and honoring all of them as I continue breathing and settling in. Then, knowing that it is neither loving nor useful to carry everything in my immediate consciousness at every moment, I notice whether anything from my past or future is distracting me or hooking my energy in a way that is blocking my ability to be fully here now. If so, I take my hands and lift off those elements with love and respect, parking them on imaginary shelves in space just past my left and right shoulders. I'm not rejecting any part of myself or my experience, merely choosing what positions me best for centering in this moment. I continue breathing, recognizing that I already feel much lighter and clearer. If I need to access any of the things I've parked during the meditative practice or after it, they will be easily available to me from their new location in space. Having lived out their usefulness in my consciousness, some of the things I park will remain parked forever. I then shift into the affirmations phase of my daily practice. I encourage you to experiment with my affirmations practice to inspire you to develop your own deeply meaningful version that supports you on your journey to wholeness. I memorized the complete list of affirmations over time. It started with just my 2 core personal affirmations and grew as I identified additional intentions that bolstered my particular energetic susceptibilities, and my level of Reiki practice advanced from novice to Karuna master teacher. The list is dynamic. For example, during the launch of my weekly talk radio show and writing of my first book, I added the affirmations about sensory balance and renewal. Given my history of burnout, it's unsurprising that those aspects of my life might have warranted additional attention and intention to keep me centered during such big new endeavors. When practicing on my own, I do most of the reciting of the affirmations in my head. When a particular aspect needs extra attention, I will say it aloud and repeat it until I feel the tension I'm carrying start to release and my energy realigns with a more constructive frequency. When leading a group practice, I recite all of the affirmations aloud and will repeat particular affirmations when my energy registers a need for emphasis within any member of the group. Because I am a Karuna Reiki master teacher, many of the affirmations are based on Reiki principles and energy alignment. Others are adaptations of teachings from other spiritual elders. The remainders are ones I developed myself based on universal spiritual truths. To boost the breadth, depth, and longevity of the empowerment impact, I consciously channel healing Reiki energy throughout this phase of my daily practice. Many of the steps include drawing the respective Reiki symbols in the air while reciting the phrases they embody for me. Others involve placing my hands briefly on the relevant chakra or chakras, also known as the energetic substations of the body, to support me in constructive realignment of my energy. You don't need to be a Reiki master or do the practice with a Reiki master for it to have meaning. Just focus your energy on the intentions of the affirmations. They flow from universal truths espoused by many spiritual traditions that anyone may benefit from embracing. When we are free of all fear and aligned with love as our source, our very presence raises the constructive energy of every situation and being we encounter. Time doesn't permit me to conduct guided versions of my centering and affirmations practices with you during today's program, but you can experience them with me at your convenience. When you visit tiny.cc/DJW stress offer to download the free stress management program I mentioned earlier in today's presentation, you'll find a special link to purchase my complete daily spiritual practice program for just $97. You may also access the program offer directly at tiny.cc/DJW Daily Practice. If you've enjoyed today's presentation and would appreciate additional support in applying the principles and practices I've shared, you'll love the complete program download. The files explaining the centering and affirmations are followed by separate files with guided meditation versions of both practices, with and without background music, so that you may practice with my music, with no music, or with the music of your choice. The program download page also includes companion scripts and worksheets for both of the guided meditation practices to support you in posting them as inspirational reminders, recording them in your own voice, and adapting them to create your own versions that encourage you on your personal journey to wholeness. You can even download a video version of today's presentation. And, as an added bonus, you'll find an overview, script, worksheet, and guided audios, with and without music, for an additional spiritual alignment tool I call my Statement of Intentions. As a participant today, the complete program is available to you for just $97 to download and enjoy over and over at your convenience. And if you'd appreciate receiving personal guidance in applying the program to the specific challenges and opportunities present in your own life, you have the option to add one 60-minute individual coaching session with me by phone for an additional $97, a substantial savings compared to my usual coaching rate. If you'd like to learn more about my work in the world, please visit my website at djwlifecoach.com. There you will find opportunities to purchase my book, listen to my talk radio show, read my blogs, subscribe to my newsletter, download free articles and tools, and connect with me through a variety of social media platforms. In closing, I invite you to remember that the only person controlling your life is you. Turn unexplored possibilities into fulfilling realities every day by harnessing the transformative power of love to step into your greatness. Choose your energy and change your life and the lives of everyone you encounter. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.